In the word of Harvey Mackay, one mistake will never kill you. The same mistake over and over will. A very good evening and welcome to our news magazine program, Monday edition, 30th Shawwal 1446 after Hijrah, equivalent to 28th of April 2025. In today's headline, Niger State Deputy Governor evacuates property from official resident amidst crisis. Federal government to commence wage award arrears payments. Niger State Assembly seeks ministry's partnership to enhance healthcare services. And from the international scene, BNB and President sack Minister for Agriculture. We have all this and more, plus other report. I am Yahya Muhammad. The rifts between the Niger State Governor Mohamed Umar Bagu and his deputy Comrade Yakubu Garba has deepened despite public outcry by some prominent Nigerite. Investigation revealed that the crisis has taken another dimension following the deputy governor's evacuation of his private properties from the government official residence in the state capital, Minna. It was reliably gathered that he was set to tender his resignation due to unbearable matters from his boss before the swift intervention from some prominent Nigerite, including the first-class emir in the state. According to the sources, the deputy governor, Comrade Yakubu Garba, could no longer tolerate the governor's public and underground disrespect of his office and person decided to throw in the towel to ensure his integrity in the eyes of the public and family, adding that Governor Bago have been purportedly working against his interests, including political. The purported crisis began long ago and they have been accommodating each other due to public division, but had gone out of hand because of the political manipulation to make the deputy governor, who was used to gain the support and sympathy of the civil servant in 2023, currently being made irrelevant, hence the escalation of the situation in the state. The press secretary to the Niger State Deputy Governor, Khatum Abdullahi Kuta, denied knowledge of any resignation plan by her boss. It could be recalled that the Minister for Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris Malagi, during the inaugural flight ceremony of Overland Airways at the International Airport, Minna, commended Comrade Yakubu Garba for his patience and support to the governor, while urging him on the need for dozens of patience as deputy. Niger State Governor Mohamed Umar Bago has visited the Peskovia Memorial Cemetery at St. Petersburg, Russia, where he paid a tribute to the hundreds of thousands of victims that died during the 900-day siege of Leningrad during World War II. This was contained in a statement by the Governor Chief Press Secretary Bologi Ibrahim. The former governor was in company of the Secretary to the State Governor Abubakar Usman and some other top government officials, including Chairman Niger Food Sami Adigun, where he led a wreath in respect of the victims. He reflects on the enormous sacrifices made by the civilians and soldiers during the war, while also showing empathy and solidarity with the Russian people. Niger State government has recommended the need to develop country-specific approaches to security management that reflect on unique social cultural realities rather than uncritically adopting external models. This was made known by the Secretary to the State Government, Abubakar Usman, when he received the participant of Executive Intelligence Management Syndicate 5 course 18 of the National Institute for Security Studies, Abuja, on a study tour at Al-Zara Lodge in Minna. The SSG, represented by the Permanent Secretary General Services, Mohammed Makusidi, stated that the state government has responded to adopt a multifaceted approach to security management, has recognized the importance of engaging constructively with non-state actors.
So we are going to tap a lot, share with them, it's like a peer review sessions, share with them what we have experienced in the past and in the recent times and what we are doing to ensure that we cope this menace. Then, of course, being specialists or professionals, they'll also be able to profile some recommendation to the state government, which...
Earlier, the Director of Research, Estimate and Library Services and leader of the National Institute for Security Studies, Adekule Bolarinwa, explained that the theme of the course, Non-State Actors in Security Management, Issues, Challenges and Prospects for Peace and Development in Africa, is focused on fostering interagency synergy and equip the participant to be able to study the dynamics and complex security challenges.
The whole idea is to, like we're in Niger, to get first-hand information on the issues of non-state actors as it affects the states. Then we'll be able to, at the end of the day, articulate our reports, come up with workable solutions, and then make recommendations to both the Niger state government and the federal government.
The participants who were drawn from different countries, including Nigeria, are expected to have a one-week study tour. The Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment Agile project has marked a significant milestone with the successful launch of the Second Chance Education in Niger State. As part of this initiative, a 3-day workshop training program for enumerators was conducted in Mina to prepare them on accurate data collection. Correspondent Omar Idris Indazru was at the workshop and our report.
The state coordinator Agile Ajamimuna Ibrahim Tahir explained that the Second Chance Education at non-formal learning centers on basic literacy, numeracy and life skills in Niger State is aimed at providing education opportunities to those who have missed out on formal education, particularly girls and young women in the state. Ajamimuna Tahir said the training is crucial as it equips enumerators with the skills and knowledge needed for thorough and accurate data collection, which will be instrumental in identifying educational disparities at the grassroots levels.
This second chance, let them get it right so that they can fit in the society of today, to take care of their health, their children, and even though if they want to do any kind of trading, at least with basic numeracy, they can do it free. And also to let them grab this opportunity, and so that they enroll, they start and they up to the end so that they will finish their education.
The state coordinator of Agile maintained that Agile is committed to bridging the educational gap and ensuring that all girls has the opportunity to achieve their full potentials.
Target that we want, and already they have gone to the field and they do the assessment, the needs assessment, and they capture the data already. We already have them. So after the training of facilitators, by maybe 2 weeks' time, they will go to the classroom and start this implementation.
Earlier, Niger State Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Dr. Adiza Sabir Mohammed, said the program is meant to support the girls' child who might not complete her education due to one reason or the other, while commending Agile project for effort in promoting girls' child education in the state.
Whatever they learn, they should use it religiously and make sure that it becomes a life sustainable skill for them that they can extend to even their family.
Speaking on behalf of the participants, Muhammad Gimba and Ubaida Al-Hassan Gunna said the training has provided them with essential tools and knowledge to accurately assess the educational needs of their communities. From Yayi Hotel Mina, I am Umar Idris Ndazu reporting.
The Nigerian Institute for Public Relations, NIPR, has extended its heartfelt commiseration to Prestigefm Radio following the recent damage of its aerial mast by a windstorm that disrupted the operation of the station for a few days. A member of the National Governing Council of the Institute, Mr. Akin Agbejuli, who delivered the message of the President and Chairman of the Governing Council, Dr. Eke Niaku, expressed the Institute concern over the incident, saying this incident has grounded communication entirely in the Niger State, but praised God that the station is now back to life. Agbejule encouraged the management of the station to remain strongly committed to the cause of communication and upholding professionalism as a hallmark in the discharge of their duties. He assured them of NIPR recognition and support as a stakeholder in the communication industry. The Managing Director of Prestigefm Radio, Zubairu Abdurrauf Idris, appreciated the Institute concern and noted that the incident could have been a major setback, but the partial preservation of sensitive equipment, the station was able to improvise and return to the air. The federal government is set to pay the outstanding 5-month 35,000 naira wage award arrears to federal government workers. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation made this known in a statement issued in Abuja. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation explained that the federal government had earlier paid 5-month wage award to federal government employees in installment, adding that the outstanding arrears will be paid in installment of 35,000 naira per month for 5 months. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation said the first installment of the outstanding wage award arrears will be paid after the April 2025 salary. The office reiterated the federal government resolve to fully implement all policies and agreements regarding staff remuneration and welfare to enhance productivity and efficiency. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has raised alarm over the regrouping of Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists in the Timbus areas of Lake Chad and the Mandara Hills within the Sambisa forest in the state. Governor Zulum lamented what he called a setback in military operation in the state, saying Boko Haram terrorists have regrouping in the Timbus water areas of Lake Chad without resistance by the military to dislodge them. The governor disclosed this in Maiduguri when the Minister of Defense Badr Abubakar, Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa, and other top military commanders paid in a visit. The governor appealed to the Defense Minister to deploy more tracked military tanks, MRPRS, and all corresponding ammunition to Borno for successful operations. At least 37 cattle were shot dead at Tasha community of Rion local government area of Plateau State. The state chapter of Miyeti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACPAN, Ibrahim Yusuf Babayo, described the attack as unprovoked, adding that it was a deliberate move by the perpetrators to achieve a hidden goal. The latest attack occurred barely a week after a similar incident in Tanjul community, also in Riom local government area, where gunmen opened fire on herders, leaving 2 herders injured and 5 cattle killed. Babayo claimed that attacks on herders and their cattle have been a daily routine, saying despite the attacks, they call on members to remain calm. The Kano State Judicial Service Commission has suspended 2 court registrars over cases of abuse and bribery and issued warning to 2 upper Sharia court judges for misconduct. In a statement issued by the spokesperson of the Kano State Judiciary, Babajibo Ibrahim, the disciplinary actions were announced following the Commission's 18th meeting held in Kano. One of the registrar, Ibrahim Adamu, a principal registrar, 2 with the High Court of Justice, was suspended without pay for 6 months and had his promotion delayed. Our former Jigawa State Governor, Alhaji Sule Lamido, has warned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that using government institutions to attack opposition parties will ultimately destroy his presidency. Speaking in an interview with newsmen in Birnin Kudu shortly after being elected as a national delegate for the upcoming PDP Congress, Lamido accused Tinubu and the ruling All Progressive Congress APC of weaponizing the state institution to weaken political rival ahead of the 2027 elections. The former Jigawa governor criticized the use of government power against political opponents, warning that it was not just APC fighting PDP, but the entire federal government led by Tinubu administration. You are still listening to our news magazine program coming to you live from 91.7 FM Radio Mina. In the first part of the news, you've heard that Niger State Deputy Governor evacuated property from official residents amid crisis. Federal government to commence water arrears payments. And still to come, Niger State Assembly seek ministry partnership to enhance healthcare services. And from the international scene, BNB President sacked Minister for Agriculture. Remember that you can follow us and comment in all our social media handles at Prestigefm91.7mx. You can also listen to us anywhere on radio app, prestigefmradio.org.ng. And now the news continues in just a moment. Welcome back and thanks for being there. In case you just joining us, this is our news magazine program, Monday edition, coming to you from 91.7 FM Radio Mina. And now to the rest part of the story. Niger State House of Assembly Committee on Health and Nutrition said it will collaborate with ministry, department and agencies in order to enhance healthcare services in Niger State. Chairman of the committee and legislator representing Payakore constituency, pharmacist Umar Nasser, gave the assurance during an engagement of MDAs under the Ministry of Health as well as other healthcare facilities across the state. Umar Nasir emphasized that the objective of the engagement is not to criticize the MDAs but to put in place modalities that will improve the state healthcare sector. Head of Hospital Services at General Hospital Wushishi, Dr. Ndagi Umar, praised the committee's effort, noting that the dialogue will help provide greater clarity both the committee and the public. He maintained that General Hospital Wushishi is facing certain challenges, expressing optimism that the issues will be addressed following the engagement. Facilities visited so far include those in Wushishi, Auna, Tonga Magajia, and Kontagora, respectively. Key stakeholders have been enjoined to come together in eradicating malaria from Niger State. This was made known during a press briefing by the Commissioner Ministry for Secondary and Tertiary Health Care, Dr. Bello Tukur, to commemorate World Malaria Day 2025 at the Ministry Conference Hall, Mina. Dr. Bello Tukur confirmed that the state government is committed to providing essential anti-malaria commodities, including long-standing insecticidal need, malaria rapid diagnostic test kit, among others. Also, it is providing the needed conducive environment for supporting partners to eliminate the public health menace. The commissioner asserted that the ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Budget and Planning to enable work strictly on donor fund, while confirming the ministry will continue to do its best. Also speaking, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Dr. Abdullah Imam, appreciated partners, the media, and also traditional rulers for making sensitization easy. World Malaria Day is celebrated every 25th April with this year's theme, Malaria Ends With Us, Reinvest the Imagine and Reunite. KD Healthcare Services, as reaffirmed, is committed. I take that again. KD Healthcare Services has reaffirmed his commitment to ensure effective and efficient service delivery to all its healthcare seekers in order to enhance better health of citizens in Niger State and Nigeria. The senior consultant Niger State KD office, Mina Yahaya Abdul Qadri, gave the assurance during an interview with Prestigefm Radio, saying that their medical products are preventive, curative, and restrictive in nature, as well as health equipment for treatment. He maintained that KD is a Chinese name meaning science and ultimated, came to Nigeria in 2005, hence the confidence of their product efficiency. Yahya Abdullah revealed that with the subscription of KD Healthcare and the use of his essential product, the solution to healthcare challenges are found to diseases like hypertension, cancer, asthma, malaria, diabetes, stroke, infections, infertility, among others, are being cured. The healthcare expert stressed that sequel to the experience gathered in treatment of many Nigerians with KD Healthcare's product, it is optimistic that about the efficiency and effectiveness of the product. He explained that KD is about healing and creating riches for the people, and it has over 50 products with separate NAFDAC numbers, with 18 branches in the country, 10 regional offices, and over 10,000 healthcare services centers. Abdul Qadir, however, advised that some items must be observed to live a good, healthy life, to include proper diet, regular exercise, proper Abdul Qadir, however, advised that some items must be observed to live good health life, to include proper diet, regular exercise, ensure strong immunity, periodic checkup, and adequate rest. The Niger State Police Command has impounded no fewer than 56 tricycles and 94 motorcycles in an effort to enforce the dusk-to-dawn curfew imposed on Governor Mohammed Umar Bagu. This is contained in a statement issued by the Command Public Relations Officer PPRO SP Wasiu Abiodun Imina, saying that implementation of the restriction commenced on Wednesday, 23rd April 2025 to date and will continue. SP Abiodun added that even as private motorcycles are exempted, they have discovered some persons using Jinchang motorcycle do skeletal commercial activities at night. The statement warned that any private motorcycle who could not give satisfactory account of himself with proper identification as staff of an organization coming from work or any other important reason may be impounded. He urged motorcyclists and tricyclists to be law-abiding pending further directive from the state government, noting that the temporary measure is yielding a positive result because it eradicates phone snatching and other robberies in Mina metropolis. Following the recent attacks and killing within Mina and environs, the Niger State Governor Mohammed Umar Bagu, after a security stakeholders meeting, imposed 6 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning dusk-to-dawn curfew in order to contain the continuous spread of the activities of miscreants in the state capital. The chairman of Correspondent Chapel of Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Niger State Council, and news editor Prestigefm Mina, Comrade Yakubu Mustafa Bina's son and daughter's wedding ceremony is slated for Friday, 2nd May 2025. According to the family, the wedding party of his son Hamza Yahaya Mustafa Bina and Fauzia Umar Ibrahim from Lapai local government area of Niger State is scheduled to take place at opposite Tonga Secondary School, Field House, Mina, by 10 o'clock in the morning, while also the wedding of his daughter Hassan Hassana Yahaya Mustafa Bina, and Idris Abubakar Yalwa, NAFDAC is slated to hold at Mustafa Bina's residence after Sub-Block Industry Beganu Mina on Friday, May 2nd, 2025 by 2:30 in the afternoon. It added that reception will follow immediately at the family house in Beganu, Chenchaga local government area of Mina, Niger State capital. According to plans on Thursday, 1st May 2025, there will be Walima by 10 o'clock in the morning and Mother's Day by 2 o'clock in the afternoon at Comrade Mustafa Bina's residence after Sub-Block Industry, Beganu, Mina, Niger State. Education has been described as the bedrock of development of every society, particularly combining both Islamic and Western education. This was made known in a remarks by different speakers at 12th Annual Quranic Graduation Walimat organized by Madrasa to Babil Islam Tabi Quarters, Mina, Niger State. In their separate remarks at the event, Barista Adamu Ishak Adamu Region Zaki Kano and Provost F. Lailas Mina, Dr. Amina Osman Kutigi, represented by Dr. Hawaki Mohammed, both emphasized the need for parents to give more support to their children's education, especially Islamic and Western education, to make them have good moral upbringing that may lead to a better society. The chairman, Islamia Committee Alhaji Ibrahim Magayaki Kuta, expressed his satisfaction with the system of teaching of the school, which led to the successful walima of 100 graduates, calling on them to continue seeking Islamic knowledge. Earlier in his address, the director Madrasa to Babi Islam Tabi Quarters Mina, who is also the state coordinator Islamia School, Ustaz Abdullah Yabagi Arab, said 100 students graduating at the 12th Walimat comprise 7 male and female who completely commemorate the Holy Quran at the school. The Sultan of Sokoto and President General of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, His Eminence Muhammad Sada Abubakar III, has declared Tuesday, April 29, 2025, as the first day of Zulkifl Ida 1446 after Hijrah. This announcement was made in a statement by the Wazir in Sokoto and Chairman of the Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs, Sultanate Council Sokoto, Professor Sambol Wali Junaidu. The statement further said the Sultan extended his best wishes to the Muslim Ummah and urged them to continue to pray for peace, unity and prosperity in the country. And now to business news. Nigerian Exchange Limited (NGX) recorded a net market capitalization loss of 25.27 billion naira in the first quarter of 2025 following the delisting of 4 companies. The exits were driven by a mix of strategic corporate decisions and regulatory enforcement action, with no new listing recorded during the period under review. The affected companies were delisted for failing to meet post-listing requirements following the collaborative enforcement by the NGX, Security and Exchange Commission (SEC), Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), and the National Insurance Commission (NICAM). In another development, official trending report at the Nigerian Exchange (NGX) review showed that total transactions at the stock market rose to 2.2 trillion naira in the first 3 months of this year, and increased 44% on 1.5 trillion naira recorded in a comparable period for 2024. And now to the foreign scene. Namibia's President Nitambo Namdi Natewa has sacked the country's agricultural minister, Mark Albert Hengari. Serajia has detail on the international scene.
The former minister was arrested over multiple charges, including rape, gender-based violence, and kidnapping, according to local media reports. It is alleged that Hengari had raped a 21-year-old woman and later tried to bribe her to withdraw the case she had filed last year. He and his co-accused will remain in custody until 3rd June, when the next hearing is scheduled. They were denied bail on the grounds that they could be a flight risk and could seek to contact witnesses. Meanwhile, at least 68 African migrants have been killed in the U.S. airstrike on a detention center in Houthi-controlled northwestern Yemen. It was reported that another 47 migrants were injured, most of them critically, when the center in Sada province was bombed. There was no immediate comment from the U.S. military, but it came hours after U.S. Central Command announced that its forces had hit more than 800 targets since President Donald Trump ordered an intensification of the air campaign against the Houthis on 15th March. The migrant detention center in Sada was reportedly holding 115 Africans when it was hit on Sunday night. And that's all on international news. I am Sarah Gia.
And now to our weather report. It has been cloudy weather of 33 degrees Celsius in temperature today. For what tomorrow's weather will look like, let's join Fatima Kudu Abdul Kadri
Most towns in Niger State and cities across the country are anticipated to be cloudy with few to witness light rain. Mina, Sileja, Nubusa and Bidda are anticipated to be cloudy with the temperature ranging from 32 to 38 degrees Celsius, with Kontagura to experience light rain with the temperature at 38 degrees. Federal Capital Territory is anticipated to be cloudy with the temperature at 32 degrees Celsius. Kano and Faiwe Maiduguri are envisaged to be mostly cloudy with the temperature at 41 degrees Celsius. Jos is anticipated to witness light rain with the temperature at 29 degrees. Nasarawa and Zamfara are anticipated to be cloudy with the temperature ranging from 34 to 40 degrees Celsius. Down in the city of Port Harcourt is anticipated to witness scattered showers with the temperature at 32 degrees. There are chances of cloudy atmosphere in and around Calabar and Lagos with the temperature ranging from 31 to 32 degrees Celsius. And that ends the weather report. I am Fatima Kudu Abdul Qadir.
And with that weather report by Fatima Kudu Abdul Qadir wraps on today's edition of our news magazine program. Finally, a recap of the top stories once again. You heard that the Niger State Deputy Governor evacuates property from official residence amidst crisis. Federal government to commence wage award arrears payments. Niger State Assembly seek ministry partnership to enhance healthcare services. Lastly, from the foreign scene, Namibian President sacks Minister for Agriculture. And thus, the news broadcast, a popular African proverb said, "Your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God." On behalf of the news editor Yakub Mustafa Bina and the entire news production crew, the duty continuity announcer has been Shekwaga Martins Daniel. I am Yahya Muhammad. Good evening and thanks for listening.
Prestige 91.7.